Greetings everyone, this is Alexandra. In the previous part, we talked about how everything begins with a seed. But what happens next? Because we often think that our future is shaped by big decisions. But in reality, as Jeff said, it was a very practical decision. In this part, you'll see how becoming a teacher is not always about passion in the beginning. Sometimes it's about small practical choices, studies, opportunities, responsibilities that slowly lead you somewhere much bigger than you expected. Let's continue.
And so I transferred to this new college, and one of my good friends from my previous school, turned out that he became my brother-in-law later on, but he also did the same thing I did. So we had come from the same school with the same background and from the same region where he grew up, and so we kind of walked through that English program together. He also chose English as his major. He was interested in journalism, and so he and I took many classes together, but we went through that program together, and we studied together, so we were helping each other, and it gave us I think an advantage to be able to do that together. And when we finished after 2 years, we both had bachelor's degrees in English. And so I felt like I was becoming more and more serious. It seemed to me like I was moving in an English direction. At that time, I really didn't know if I would be a teacher or not. But I thought, well, with an English degree, you can go many different directions. He went the way of journalism, and he ended up getting a master's degree in journalism and working on a newspaper for his whole career. But at the end of the 2 years, when I got my bachelor's degree, then I was thinking, okay, now what's next? And during the course of the last few months of our college training, my friend did some exploring on master's programs in the area where we lived at different colleges and universities, and he discovered a program. It was a new program at a college called Lewis and Clark College, which was another private college in the Portland area, and it offered a new degree, a master's degree in teaching. It was a Master of Arts in Teaching, and so you had, in order to apply for the program, in order to be accepted, you had to have a degree in a subject area, like math or science or PE or health or history, or in my case, English. And then they would provide the reason for the program was to allow people who had achieved a degree at the university level, but they didn't have a teaching background. The purpose of the program was to recruit new teachers into the public schools. And so this was a method that they were providing to take a bachelor's of science or a Bachelor of Art degree and turn it into a teaching recruitment tool. And so, I fit that pattern, I fit that profile. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a try. My friend had applied, and I thought, that sounds like it would suit me. And so you can say those are coincidence, or you can say those are part of the whole calling process. I tend to believe that was God's plan for me.
Yeah. Do you remember your first class? Do you remember entering your classroom full of students?
I didn't have a classroom of students at that point. It required, it really required a summer program first. So the program was 18 months, and it's a full summer of classes. And then starting in the fall, I worked half-time as a teacher. They arranged that for me to be an intern. I was called an intern, not a full-time teacher yet. And then for the 9 months, and I would take classes at the university in the afternoon, and I did that all year long, and then a full summer at the end. That was the program. And so, well, that's not 18 months. I guess that's 15 months. But that was the program. And so I started there. I applied and got accepted. And so this whole world of what teaching is all about, because the courses that they provided were primarily directed at taking someone who had a very little or no experience teaching and train them in how to teach effectively during that program. And then and they could have, and I thought the beauty of it, the thing I liked about it, is that I would teach 3 classes in the morning, and then I would go to the university in the afternoon and learn more about how to be a better teacher. And so it was really a high motivation kind of program, because you applied what you learned almost immediately. It wasn't all theory, and it was very hands-on, because every day I would go and stand before 3 different groups of high school students, teaching them English, and then I would go to my coursework in the afternoon and learn how to do it better. And so it was a very direct connect between teaching and between learning about teaching and actually teaching. And so for me, it was very engaging, very motivating, and very direct application. And that was something that appealed to me. And so it was a great program for me. And at the end of that experience, then I received my master's degree in teaching. And I like that concentration. In many master's programs, you're required to take a lot of outside courses in other fields, and this was very concentrated, so it worked better for me. And at the end of that program, when I received my master's, the same school where I was an intern then offered me a job that following school year as a teacher in the same school with the same in the same English department, teaching English classes full time. So I went from teaching 3 classes a day to teaching 5 a day, and that was that was kind of the concentration in teaching that over the course of about 3 years I learned a lot about teaching. The 1 year with my master's and the 2 years when I was at the college level in English. So it really was a very concentrated program that worked for me.
So here is my takeaway. We often wait for clarity, for certainty, but Jeff said something very simple. It was a very practical decision, and yet that decision shaped his life. So maybe your path doesn't start with passion. Maybe it starts with responsibility, or with an opportunity, or with just one small step forward. And only later it becomes something meaningful. What is your takeaway?